Good morning. Welcome. We just concluded returning wages that were stolen back to those who earned them. Was really humbled to spend some time with these courageous workers who stepped forward after being mistreated criminally by their employer. This is a case we charged 18 workers in total, up from 7 at the time we charged them. The indictment had their wages stolen, more than $30,000 in wages. We all know the old saying, an honest dollar for an honest day's work. And these employers not only didn't abide by that, but they broke the law. And above and beyond that, and we spoke about this, the insulting treatment based on national origin and some of the work conditions that underpin this case are deplorable, and they will not be tolerated in Manhattan. So I want to thank, first and foremost, courageous workers who came forward, and also want to thank our Rackets Bureau and our worker protection team, in particular Rachana, for making this work happen. It is so important to our office, to the rule of law, and so you hear from me a lot. I'm going to stop talking because we have workers who talk directly about their experiences, and that's more important than what I have to say. So I'm just going to step to the side here.
Puedo. Solo tengo palabras de agradecimiento con todos ustedes, con el doctor, la doctora Rachana y todo el equipo que nos ayudó para que esto se diera a cabo en este día. Y muchas gracias y mil bendiciones, porque hicieron realidad algo que nosotros lo luchamos mucho, sufrimos mucho y ya se dio como la solución. Gracias a todos ustedes, Dios los bendiga.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Nosotros queremos agradecer a todas las autoridades de aquí de Manhattan por este trabajo tan estupendo que hicieron por nosotros. Sufrimos tanto en el trabajo que ahora se ve reflejado en nuestro salario que fue rescatado. Y quiero decir también que esto quede como un antecedente para todos los empleadores, que no abusen de nosotros, que hacemos un trabajo limpio, y que pues Dios bendiga a Rachana, a la detective y por supuesto a nuestro líder para que haya resuelto esta situación tan importante para nosotros. Dios los bendiga por siempre.
Bueno, buenos días, muchas gracias a todos. Estamos muy agradecidos a todo el equipo, aquí al encargado, que esto no vuelva a pasar para muchos personas que tienen un negocio, que tienen una fuente de empleo, para muchas emigrantes, se puede decir, porque los que estamos trabajando ahorita somos emigrantes, y que no abusen solamente por tener una empresa, por tener un trabajo, porque todos vamos a pasar y a pagar todo lo mal que hagamos aquí. Y muchas gracias a todos de corazón, porque fueron que logramos este cheque. Gracias a ustedes, agradecido de verdad. No lo esperaba otro resultado, que pagara un poco más la gente, que estuvieran presos, pero tenemos que hacer nuestro cheque. Y muchas gracias a usted, porque sin el apoyo de usted, todo esto nos hubiera pasado. Aquí a mis compañeros, que fuimos víctimas de una gente inhumana, porque son hasta racistas, porque hasta por mi gorra me trataron mal. Pero aquí estamos luchando y venimos a seguir para adelante. Muchas gracias a todos.
I actually have a question for the district attorney.
Can I just say one more thing for the question? Because I think it's important, this case in and of itself, and you getting your wages that you earn back. But one of the reasons we do this is to get the word out about the work of the unit, and so I wanted to, give the The number for our worker protection unit, which is 646-712-0298. So if there are others who have experienced anything like this, they can report, and so we can continue to do this important work.
Do you have any info on how they were stiffed on their wages? Were they getting paychecks that were just not what they should have been? Were they not getting paychecks at all? And do you know how long this was going on for?
So a little sort of all of the above, and so the indictment lays some of this out and the rest in court proceedings. But when we announced the case, we talked about text messages where where are my wages? False promises to repay, and so a little bit of all of the above examples you gave that perpetuated this criminal scheme.
I imagine perhaps people who are working without legal authorization might be more vulnerable to wage theft, I guess. Is that someone's situation? Does that prevent them from coming forward, reaching out to your unit for help? Like, how does that factor into their ability to try and get lost wages?
Thank you, Anna. It's an important issue, and I should have said it when I did the hotline number, which is that we stand ready to help all who earn wages in Manhattan and who are not paid them. So without regard to status, we are doing the cases, doing the work, and we'll continue to do it. And I mentioned sort of at the beginning, and this was spelled out in some of our court papers, in addition to not paying the wages, in addition to the work conditions, statements made by at least one of the defendants here suggesting that folks are not entitled to their wages based upon where they may or may not come from, that won't be tolerated either.
Since I'm here, in this case, the defendants or the prosecution, do you hope that sends a message to other business owners who might not be paying people equitably?
Definitely. I mean, it's one of the reasons we're here to announce in a public way. We have done a series of these cases. We've made clear that we are doing them without regard to industry, without regard to station. If you pay criminally unlawful wages, we will hold you accountable, but we need the public's help. We need people to report. Courageous. There's obviously a power asymmetry between employer and employee. As you mentioned, a number of folks may have other issues that may make it more challenging to come forward. But we're doing the cases, and we're doing them, and we're getting people their wages back, and we're holding people accountable. So we're asking people if they've experienced this to come forward as well.
And in the cases of wage theft, do you typically have to have the employer give the money in order for it to be restored to people? Is the money seized? How do you actually get the money to restore the money?
So restitution here was a condition of the plea. This was a case that was resolved relatively quickly. I love the ringtone. I may change mine. I have to find that setting. This is a case that we prioritize the restitution in the resolution of these cases, and so that was a component of the plea here, and it's something that we look to do. We also started last year with the State Department of Labor a stolen wage fund, so that once a case is resolved, and it has been resolved, but if more workers come forward, that they too can be made whole.
And are there particular industries in Manhattan where you see more cases of people coming forward and saying that they believe that there's a wage theft?
So the office historically has had a very strong footprint in construction, where we see it repeatedly. We've done a number of cases. We've seen it in other industries, retail. This is a prime example of that. And we are, another message to folks is this is without regard to industry. We're going to do the cases wherever the issues arise.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Thanks.